sponsored by the Mike Morse Law Firm. Jason Carr Live starts now.
It's Friday. You made it. Welcome to the JCL, Jason Carr Live, also known as the 9:15-ish. Prince Magnus, the 11-year-old Prince of Norway, busted into a dab, one of these, during the 80th birthday celebrations of his grandparents, King Harold and Queen Sonja. The dabbing prince is third in the line of succession to the Norwegian throne. And now you are up to date. That's going to do it for us. Everybody have a great weekend. What? There's more?
There's a little more. A little more than just an 11-year-old dabbing.
Morning, Gio. Hey, Karen. What's going on? Carol, Jill, Stephanie, Kimberly, Tony, Carrie. I don't know what to tell you, Carrie. I think we have sound and video on our end. Riker's checking in. Kampong Pelangi, which translates to Rainbow Village, is one of the most colorful villages in the world. The Indonesian village was recently given a government-funded makeover to make it more tourist-friendly. Now, the village, which is home to 232 homes, is decorated with bright colors and murals. This actually happened.
Yeah. So you got to check out these
Whoa.
pictures. Yeah, this was all government-funded. Pretty cool. Completely redid the entire village. Over 300 buildings.
Wow. 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 Wow.
I don't do it quite as good as John. Quite as well as John.
Wow. 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 That's Owen Wilson, in case you're wondering. How to escape the police. A YouTube user who goes by the name Arctic Fox 95 uploaded a tutorial on how to escape the cops. It's surprisingly simple.
Simple as that.
Is there sound with this?
He just basically runs over. It's just runs over and does it. That's all it is.
This is funny. This is funny stuff. Don't you think that the cops would notice the thing sort of lightly, like
Maybe. I don't know, but like before I saw this video, would I ever think that some guy would hide in something like this and just do that? Of course not. It's genius.
It is genius. How has somebody not thought of doing a bit like this in a movie?
I don't know. I mean, they have to now. Got to give this guy a little credit, though.
Somebody's going to steal that idea for a comedy. Oh, man.
So good.
Sometimes you watch something, it just catches you funny. One unsuspecting woman was wearing her engagement ring for over a year without even realizing it. How exactly is this possible, you might ask? Well, an Australian man named Terry made his girlfriend Anna a necklace out of a huan pine, a wood native to Tasmania, for their one-year anniversary in 2015. Unbeknownst to her, he hid an engagement ring inside.
Yep, there it is right there. And she had no idea.
No idea she was carrying around her own engagement ring for a year. What if she'd lost it?
See, I thought that's quite risky because, she could have lost it. She could have, accidentally opened it possibly. But it worked out for him, so.
I mean, how suave is this dude? And look she's got that look on her face like, yep, my man is an original. He's an originator.
Oh, I know. When you sent me this, I couldn't believe it when I actually read it all the way through. Crazy.
See, Amy, so sweet. Michael Sand says, dump Carr. One place already did. You're stuck with me here, as far as I know. Hiding the ring is genius, according to Jennifer. By the way, if that's your feeling, then why are you watching this? Rick says, hey, Jason, Sean Spicer should have used that the other day instead of hiding in the bushes. He could have. Can we go back to the guy with the pipe? Or the
Yeah.
So if Sean Spicer had this at the White House, he would not have had to have gone behind the hedge. He could have just, wait, excuse me, I'll...
Oh, it's so good. So good. So original. So genius.
Good stuff. What else do we have here? He, by the way, on the ring, he grabbed a knife to secretly break the seal he had placed on the jewelry. So he was also macho to the extent of using cutlery.
I was like, can you imagine? He takes the necklace off, pulls out the knife, and she's like, "What are you doing?" But there's a ring inside, so it all worked out.
By the way, a chipmunk was caught red-handed, or pawed, I guess you could say. Let's take it. Can you go full?
Yes. When I was first watching this, I thought they were just going to show the food in his mouth with the big cheeks, and then he just spits it all up. He's literally pushing it out of his cheeks.
That is hysterical.
Unbelievable.
So you thought you'd eat from my bird feeder, huh? Well, I got, bleh.
He literally uses his paws to push it out of his cheeks. Amazing.
Alvin. But Dave. We have to pay the cat tax now. We have cats. This is proof that the girlfriend's cat is being bullied by the boyfriend's cat.
You sent me this. There wasn't much of a backstory, but it's definitely funny.
Via Reddit, this cat allegedly is routinely bullied by this cat, which appears to be the case. Can you take it full?
Yeah. Definitely don't look like they're playing nice. I'll say that.
No, that looks like a smackdown right there.
And then Brian actually found this picture of this other cat, which we thought was pretty funny. So an owner shaved his entire cat except for the cat's face.
Come on. Like I'm going to believe that. A skateboarding French bulldog named Eric Spock McLean was seen showing off his skills outside of the BBC in London. The BBC. It's the BBC. BBC One. BBC Two. Eric's owner goes chasing after him as he crashes right into the front doors.
But he's not phased. Gets right back on the skateboard. And apparently this dog skateboards a lot. He's got his own Instagram page, and here's him in a little half pipe just skating around.
This is from his page?
Yeah, this is from his Instagram page.
Is that a swear word? No, good. I was thinking that said something there in the graffiti. How long do you think that a dog has to practice to ride a skateboard?
I don't know.
Looks like a natural.
A 50-foot-long sea creature has washed up on the shore of an Indonesian island. The huge blob has stumped the locals, and people have speculated that it could be a giant squid or a sperm whale. What in the world is that? What in God's name is that?
Yeah. I mean, not only is it huge, it's disgusting. There's blood everywhere.
Ugh. Ugh.
And the thing is, there's there's people going up to it. They're getting real close to it. I wouldn't get anywhere near that thing.
I would not be anywhere close to that. Where's everybody watching from, by the way? Mary wants to know where I got my tie. What is this? Birch Brothers? I can't even tell. I'm not sure what it is. You always save at Kohl's. A new study found all but one of 17 commercial sea salt brands from 8 different countries contained microscopic plastic particles. Your sea salt at home. We have sea salt upstairs.
Yeah, and basically they're saying almost all sea salt has some sort of plastic particles in it.
Brian or Rachel, can one of you run upstairs to the Avante cafeteria, and between the microwaves there's sea salt. Can you grab that? Thanks. We'll see if there's any plastic in the sea salt. Yeah, microscopic plastic.
Yeah, and almost all of it has it. And in the article it said, we eat these microplastics a lot more than we would realize, and we're fine, but it's obviously still better if it's not in there.
Pretty Pat wants to know how old I am. Old enough to
22?
know better.
22, 23, something like that.
Something like that, yeah. I'm guessing it was Kohl's. It could have been Marshall's. I don't know. I don't know. It could have been TJ Maxx. I don't have any snooty opinions about where I shop for clothes. I will go to somewhere really nice, like a clothier, like what's that shop in Birmingham, the Claymore. I would go to a place like that, or the Shirt Box on Northwestern Highway. I also go to like off Saks Fifth Avenue or off Fifth or whatever that's called, and TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
I'm no clothing snob. if it looks good, I buy it. I don't know.
Well, here we go.
Okay, so we have here the Tip and Grind Alessi Coarse Sea Salt. Community salt, let there be work, bread, water, and salt for all. Nelson Mandela is the quote that's down here. I do not see any plastic.
Maybe we got one of the good ones.
I'm looking. No.
Investigative reporter Jason Carr.
I'm listen. I'm a defender, trying to ascertain whether there's any sea salt in here. Oh, look, there's part of a Hot Wheels. Luckily, we may not have to worry about that anymore in our near future with the sea salt and the plastic. Boyan Slot, who first set out with a vision of his ocean cleanup machine in a TED Talk 6 years ago when he was just 17 years of age, today announced that he'll begin hauling trash from the Pacific Garbage Patch in 2018. If you don't know about the Pacific Garbage Patch, it was discovered 20 years ago. There's actually a huge floating coagulation of broken up plastic. Not all broken up. I guess there's like some of it is so thick in places you can walk on it.
It's horrible.
Basically plastic that has found its way into the ocean because it doesn't biodegrade. So there's this big floating island of plastic out in the Pacific, and it stays in one spot because of the currents going around it. So this giant berm, or I don't know what you'd call it, it's a boom, I guess, is going to corral the plastic.
Yeah, and then they said about once a month, a giant boat will come through and just pick up all the garbage and get it out of the water. So this is supposed to launch in 2018 is when it's officially supposed to launch full-fledged. So sounds like a good idea.
I think I see a piece of Olaf in there. In summer. Did you see Frozen?
Of course.
Everybody saw Frozen, right?
Come on, Brian. He hasn't seen Frozen.
Drink in my hand, my snow up against the burning sand.
My little
summer.
sister, has a stuffed Olaf toy thing.
We're all for cute distractions like little Sully, just adorably munching on a grape. Sully the bat. An adult gray-headed flying fox, rescued by Megan from Sydney, Australia. Sully was found pregnant but in very poor shape. Nursed back to health with the aid of a vet over a 6-week period. She'll be reintroduced to the wild soon, where she'll hopefully get all the grapes that she can eat. Molly has not seen Frozen and doesn't want to. You know what's sort of like fallen out of favor in our house?
What's that?
Inside Out, the Pixar movie. Too emotionally.
It is very emotional. I only saw it once in theaters.
I've seen it twice, and that scene with Boing Boing or whatever his name is, where he has to,
Makes me cry.
Waterworks, absolute waterworks. I mean, my daughter saw it when she was 4 and ultimately decided that it's too depressing to watch again.
It is. It's very sad.
What do you guys think of the movie Inside Out, with the emotions and how when you grow up, childhood stuff up here like falls away and you forget about it? And, Karen says it scares lots of kids. It was a good movie on first watch, but it's a bummer to watch again. It's not, I think Pixar sometimes goes a little too far with the tugging on the heartstrings. They're too good at it. 2-month-old otter triplets at an aquarium in central Japan are reaching new levels of awe. They get showed off to the public a few hours at a time.
Baby otters. It's hard to find anything much cuter. Getting their first meals, learning to swim.
Surprised how many people haven't seen Inside Out or Frozen. Boss Baby all the way for Tammy. Is that Priya, man?
Hi, JC.
What's going on? Just breeze right on by without saying hello.
Oh, what are we looking at? Oh,
Baby otters.
that is so adorable.
See?
People love the otters.
They do.
Oh, the face that you made. Hey, there's a Twix donut at 7-Eleven, if you can find it. That is a donut, and that is a Twix bar broken up on top of the donut.
I'd eat it. I mean, sure. Why not? I like Twix. I like chocolate donuts.
Helen just bought Inside Out. Well, grab the tissues. Roberta says, have a good weekend. I've got to get going making smoked salmon. Really? I didn't get an invite. Olivia would not eat anything out of a 7-Eleven. I am surprised. I shouldn't say surprised. I notice how often people dine at convenience and gas, convenience stores and gas stations. Like people, lined up at the Speedway, and they've got the taquito burrito.
Yeah.
And, it just never occurs to me to get food at a gas station.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, I had
Huh?
dozens and dozens of those taquitos at 7-Eleven, just because they're like cheap and easy and fast. I don't know.
Karen, I had Pepsi Fire this morning in Slurpee form. Not the actual Pepsi Fire itself, but the flavor was in a Slurpee that we tried on the morning news today.
How was it?
Anybody else notice that available is spelled wrong? Available where? Oh, on the screen.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, your
Go back to
banner's
Jason
wrong. You
Line.
better take it down.
Uh-oh. There we
Fail.
go. Yep.
Donut Girls in Memphis, Michigan. Chocolate donut with Heath Bar bits on top. Ginger is checking in from Hoosick Falls, New York. Who's farthest away watching via the interwebs? Stephanie wants to know, where's John? Wow.
Oh, no. I'm not living up, I guess.
John is off.
Should be back Monday. That's the plan.
In a week, Shake Shack's rapid growth and popularity manifests with its first cookbook hitting bookstores, Shake Shack Recipes and Stories, written by, culinary director Mark Rosati, author Dorothy Collins. Just as much fun as the restaurant, which has 131 locations and plans to open 24 more this year. The book includes how to make the Shack sauce, or a variation thereof, as well as the famous Shack burger.
You going to get the book?
I already have the hack,
Okay.
the Shack hack for how to make the burger at home. I've begun purchasing the buns, which are made by a company that is in Pennsylvania. I mail order them and pay top dollar because they are really just that good. They're potato buns made by a bakery in Pennsylvania. They are the supplier for Shake Shack. And I've been getting those from the internet, and I'm deep freezing them in my freezer in the garage. Wake up, Jake.
I'm here. Just checking out the comments, seeing what everyone's saying.
They're really just that good. Louisiana Sulphur, Louisiana, first time watcher. Hey, Cindy, thank you for joining us. How did you find us? I'm always amazed by people that just sort of find us somehow. The power of the interwebs.
So there's still nothing better than those like international viewers. When we
I know these people that check in from Kenya. I'm like, what?
Yeah, kind of crazy. My sister's actually in Kenya right now. Fun fact. A little fun fact for you.
She's what?
My sister's in Kenya right now.
How's that working out for her?
Good. I think she's like doing teaching or something like that.
Can you go back to the guy with the running from the cops?
Yeah.
Can you take it
He's
full?
not as cute as the otter.
Watch what he does. That's how you hide from the cops.
That is awesome. For a second, though, I thought you were doing something like that. That's great.
The music kind of works with this guy.
Perfectly. He's like got a funny look. He looks excited. He knows what he's doing. It's genius.
Oh, I would have let the music continue, except Dan Pat says, "Get off your phone."
How would we know that he said that if you weren't on your phone?
Which phone? This one or that one? The one I was playing the music on, or the one I'm looking at your comments? The whole thing about this show is I have to be on the phone. And Nicole says, "I love this video." Riker's getting a vote for Telway Burgers here.
Yeah, this is props to Brian. He just found this floating around on the web.
Kim just brought up something from a long time ago showing not only her age, but my age. Mummenschanz. Have you ever heard of Mummenschanz?
I have not.
They were a performance troupe that was pre-Blue Man Group. They did, I don't even know how to describe it. They would put like tissue paper rolls on their face and then unroll the tissue. They were all dressed in black. They did really weird avant-garde type Blue Man Group stuff.
Okay, I've seen the Blue
Like-
Man Group,
like-
so
So it's basically like Blue Man Group ripped off Mummenschanz or Mummenschanz.
Okay.
Did you find it?
Looking right now.
It's like Mummensch, Mummen or Mummenschanz, Shantz or something like that.
okay, yeah, we got a YouTube video of him here. How do we?
Does anybody else remember?
These the guys you're talking about?
These are the guys. Did I describe it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're got little pieces of paper on their face. I mean,
We're live on the web. We're doing well.
interesting.
Nobody remembers Mummenschanz.
You've never? Don't remember those guys at all. Interesting.
Well, they were out when that was the 70s.
Okay. Yeah, well, not only do I not remember them, I had not heard of them until today, but Blue Man Group-esque, definitely.
Kim Possible Martin says, "Hey, I am not old. If you remember Mummenschanz, you're old." Amadeo Chavez, he remembers them. Frederick Williams remembers.
It's worth noting that the year on that video was 1976.
I was 5 years old, 6 years
A few
old.
years back. I was negative 18, so.
Oh, sure, rub it in. Ginger Mrs. Braze in Westland. As long as you're a skinny crook, says Kathy, regarding the guy with the outfit.
Yeah, I mean, he did fit into that thing, so. Definitely part of it.
Hey, did you hear about the engagement ring hidden inside the necklace? It happened. For our 1 year anniversary, I made her a necklace. Inside the charm, he placed an engagement ring, which she then wore every day. And then 1 year later, he opened it up with a knife, which is totally bad. That's just such a gangsta move, just, well, here's your ring. Will you marry me? She said yes, by the way.
Like, can you imagine if, like, she thought he was just, like, cutting open her necklace? Like, there had to be, like, a split second where she was like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? What are you doing? Victoria's old enough to know better, young enough to still have fun. Now we're getting in a conversation about all of us middle-agers. Although middle age, I mean, people are living so long now.
What really is middle age?
Well, it really is middle age. 50's the new 40, 40's the new 30. 30's a new 20? I
Uh-oh.
don't know. Let's see here. We got about 19 minutes to go before Live in the D takes to your airwaves on a Local 4 with myself, Chuck, and Tati. Greg Russell's weighing in with his thoughts on the new Amy Schumer comedy with Goldie Hawn. We got a stacked and packed show, so Stephanie doesn't feel middle-aged. And Tammy is happy with her age, and we'll end it right there. Everybody have a great weekend.